I'm Alex Bell, getting to the point and digging deeper into local issues. And we all know that we need water to survive. And now in our third year of drought, conditions are very, very dire. Just take a look at this. These are recent images of our reservoirs. Water is key to making our cities and towns, making sure that they're livable, and it's getting harder and harder to meet the state's water needs. ABC 10's chief meteorologist Monica Woods is joining me now to explain and to get to the point. So Monica, what's going on?
Well, this year alone, Alex, we've gone from flooding to drought. California has more year-to-year variability than any other state in the country. One year, we could get 20 inches of rain, the next 60. And climate change is making those swings even more pronounced, challenging water managers like never before. October 24th, 2021, the single wettest day in Northern California history, delivering 13% of the rain we get over an entire year. It turned out to be the beginning of a winter whiplash. Few storms hitting in November and talks returning to the ongoing drought. Then record-setting snow in December, totaling almost 18 feet.
With those storms coming in December, there was an outrageous amount of excitement, to be completely honest. You know, we had a really good snowy October, the second snowiest on record up here. But yeah, we only got a total of, 5 inches in November. And so we were kind of concerned.
Especially since snow runoff provides a third of California's water supply, highlighting the need to find better ways to measure, forecast, and store this runoff. Andrew says those answers are being guided by growing understanding of how climate change is affecting snow runoff.
Are we getting less snow or are we getting more dense snow? Is there an actual shift towards rain, or are we just getting that more and more heavy Sierra cement that is so common up here?
As the climate warms, the atmosphere is holding more moisture, changing the consistency and frequency of the snowpack. This is making runoff estimates even more challenging for water managers. Another challenge, measuring all that snow.
The problem is that the landscape that's covered by snow is far too vast to be able to measure with the snow tube.
Tom Painter with Airborne Snow Observatory is addressing this issue by taking measurements to the sky.
What ASO has done is essentially taken a screen, like your TV screen, and whereas the snow tube measurements, say 4 or 5 of the pixels are turned on the screen, what ASO has done is turned on all the pixels on the screen.
They do this by flying over mountain basins, scanning and imaging the snowpack through tools like LiDAR and spectrometers.
What are those measurements? There's snow water equivalent. So how much water is there in the snowpack if you melt it down instantly? And snow albedo, or the reflectivity.
This last part is important because it gives clues to how quickly the snow will melt. Dirtier, darker snow will absorb more sunlight and melt quicker, but white snow will reflect the sunlight and prevent rapid melting. Adding another piece of the puzzle that ultimately helps agencies like Regional Water Authority improve supply reliability in the near term and future.
That's a particular challenge because we really relied on snowpack to meter out water slowly into the spring and summer.
It melts, runs downhill, and fills our reservoirs like Folsom, Shasta, and Oroville. But our biggest reservoir is the one we can't see. It's called groundwater.
That's our moonshot in the state of California. That's our ability to address the weather whiplash.
California's underground reservoir storage is nearly 20 times the size of all the surface water storage across the state. If this square represents the current 50 million acre-feet of major surface storage, this represents all the potential underground storage. That's roughly 800 million to over 1 billion acre-feet. Unfortunately, much of this space in the Central Valley is in poor shape, but that's not the case in the American River Basin.
Our region stands apart from most of the rest of the state in that we've seen our groundwater levels increasing.
The green dots on this map showing that increase over the past 20 years. Ryan says the key to keep it growing is creating innovative projects like the Water Bank, an already existing underground reservoir that can store nearly twice the water as Folsom Lake. The idea is to store water here in wet years and only draw from it in dry years.
Being able to be smarter about water usage, better about sustainable groundwater, and better about forecasting that runoff coming out of the mountains is absolutely critical. And I can't emphasize this enough. It is absolutely critical for us sustaining the civilization that we have here as we have had it.
So, Monica, what can people do at home right now to help conserve water during those drought years?
I know, and a lot of people want to help. It's just, it seems so overwhelming, but really it's the small things that we do that actually make a big difference, especially when you talk collectively. So take, for example, you're brushing your teeth, turn off the water.
Washing your hands, turn off the water. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, exactly. Washing your car. It's actually better to go to a car wash because they use recycled water than to use your hose. And that brings us to the biggest ways that a homeowner will use water, and that's our lawns. Surprisingly enough, that's why it's really important in these drought years to be mindful of when we're watering. The early part of the day, say before sunrise, is the best time because we don't have the evaporation from the daytime heat, and it won't brown out your grass because that sunlight, it actually reflects off that water and can brown out your grass. It can do the opposite of what you're
trying to
thinking.
do. Okay, that makes
Exactly.
sense. All right,
Yep.
Monica, thank you so much.